Okay, working on the waist unit of the Sinanju Stein. We'll begin with this part here, and then these parts. One goes in here. Remember that this has to be on the inside. And we'll do the other one the same thing. So there. So it looks like that. And we'll take this part here. There's a trim part that goes here, but I'm not going to put it on. I'll put this one on. So it looks like that. And then supposedly I'll put this one here. And then we close it up. I'm going to slightly close it up just a tad and keep it a little bit open, so if I have to open it up, not knowing if this part I have to open it up and stick in the one that I couldn't put in. Don't want to force certain things on this kit. Same thing with this part that I will put over. Remember that these two are supposed to be the small holes in the front, rear, large hole. Excuse me. The small connectors in the front, the rear connectors should be the large ones in the back, and the reason why is because of these. So one goes. Actually, no. One goes like this in reverse. Actually, I'm gonna do it this way, even though that's not how it's supposed to look. Just so you guys get a generic feel what it's going to be like once it's assembled. So clearly this is going to be the flip side of these parts, and then later on the armor goes over it and it'll be done. There's another part here, but I'm not gonna look for that and put it on. I'll leave it alone for now. Alright, so this is what the waist part of the Sinanju looks like, and it's pretty big. It's a large, it's a pretty large section of the body. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Moving on to the inner frame of the legs now. First thing first, we're going to have to build this in sections because it's so many parts. The foot is pretty much has more parts than the arms, almost equal the amount of parts. So we will begin with this part of the leg. Actually, no, we'll use this one. And you'll take this part, put it in like that. You take this part, and you have to make sure it's in this position. So it looks like that. Then flip this up like this. There's a reason why to keep it like that. So put this to the side. Next, you want to grab this part here, followed by this. Now there's a notch there, as you can see, that looks like that. Make sure it slides in like this with the notch facing this way. Then you have this part here that you want to make sure it's in this position, like so. And then finally, I'm going to close it up. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then going back to this part, slide this over here, and then you close it up. Okay. Minor details, of course, would be to take this part here, put it in like that, and then we have this part here, which represents the front part of the foot, like so. And then lastly, you want to take this hydraulic portion of the kit, stick it like that over here, and stick it like that. So now you have the leg that can be easily bent like that. And there you have it. The feet of the legs of the Sinanju Stein are done, and they're pretty big. For a moment here, I thought I was building a perfect grade foot, and yeah, I know it's not, but it is huge for a perfect grade. For a master grade, I'm sorry. All right, let's move on to the next part. Now, here are all the parts that will represent the assembly of the remaining part of the leg. And again, a lot of parts here. We're going to begin with this part, which represents the thigh. And you want to make sure that this one is in here just a tad, so that way you can bring this like this, so it is in this position. And we'll put this to the side for now. Next, we'll take this part, and this one, which has to be in this position, and then this position like that, and then snap it in there, like so. And then you take this part, make sure it's like this, and then you stick this one here. Just like that. Okay. Then we grab this part, which joins the bottom part of the leg with the upper part of the thigh. Carefully place the two parts, two pegs here at the top, and then carefully put this one and this one in here. Like so. Double check, make sure it's all aligned properly. Then we'll take this and close it up. So there you go. Then the lower part of the leg, or the remaining part of the leg, grab this, and take this part here, and make sure it's like this. It's in the reverse position, as you can see there. And we have this part, and oh, I almost forgot something. The back leg has that part where it's like a thruster. I don't want to push it in all the way because this thruster part will be removed later on, and I will paint it the chrome, maybe. Well, I'm thinking, since the thrusters on the backpack is red on the inside, gray on the outside, I want to paint this silver and then paint the inside of this red. So I want to keep it consistent. So let's just put that in for now, and then later on we'll remove it. So we'll take the leg, put this over here. Just find the notches, fall into place like so. And we'll take this one, we'll just shimmy it in here like that. Sorry. And then we'll take this one, close it up like that. That completes the leg, and then the joint that connects the leg to the waist. So it's like the same features that you found that's on the arm, and it's very smooth. And it goes all the way in like that. And then we'll grab this leg, put it on, and there you have it. The leg of the Sinanju Stein inner frame is now complete and very, very articulate, as you can see there. Not so much, of course, with this hydraulic in the back, but I guess that's how it is. So, both of these legs are now done. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, so the next part is the backpack thrusters, and there's a lot of parts here. Some of them I double check because some of them could be easily repeated, but others are not. Let me explain. So first thing you want to do is you want to grab this part here, and I think you got to keep it in this position. Then you grab this part here, stick it in like that. And you take these little round things, which I kind of refer to them as like capacitor type sections. I don't know. However, after reviewing this, I don't know if I'm doing this correctly. First things first. Take these two and slide them in like that. And don't lose these, alright? These things fall in my hands many times. as I'm looking at this, let me grab the other one just in case. Okay, so you want to take it and slide it in like this over here, and it has to be in this bent position. Then you grab the other one and close it up. So it looks like that. The thrusters has the red trim that goes inside, like I mentioned before in the leg. But I'm not going to put them on. Of course, if I put them on, I'll never take them off. Those thrusters will be painted. So I'll just put these on here, and clearly it's going to be, I'll be able to take them off later on. And speaking of which, I'm going to remove this and this later on, so they will be painted individually a different color tone. This will be silver. Thinking of how I'm going to paint this one. I have an idea. I'll surprise you guys. So this part is done, and of course there'll be armor that goes over it, but I'm not going to do that. The next part is this, which has another part that goes on it, but I'm not going to put on because it's part of the trim. Then you take these parts here that's already been prepared, slide it in like that, so it looks like this. I'll repeat the process here again. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the kit as I was looking at it, and I was like, wow, this is pretty nice. Very well detailed features for the thrusters. So one goes like that, the other one goes like that, and I think there's some sort of, as you see, this one is in an angle. Next, supposedly this goes here. Or no, the other way, like that. Then this one goes, same thing. And then you take this part here, put it here. I'm glad these things are not going in nice and smooth and not snapping in, because then I will have a hard time removing it. Alright, so then we'll take this part here, stick it like that. This part here, stick it like that. Wow. That is actually very nice. I love this, the 6 thrusters on the back. Clearly it's going to look even better with the armor over it and all around it, but this is really nice. I like this. I'm glad that I got this kit. Alright. Oh, I almost forgot. I put for the essence of time, I decided to put these on, except the trim parts that goes here and here connects to this. This is actually one part with one part of this. And by the way, I might as well get this out of the way. This is pure white, and the pure white, there's only the fuel tanks and trims that's on the arm. I'm going to paint this yellow. I was contemplating of either doing it red or maybe orange, but I think yellow will be an appropriate color. That and the fact that I was suggested. Well, actually, I asked somebody and she said yellow. So, the thrusters are done. Let's see what this kit looks like.